couple things that you should really be focused on are things that Lisa and I, we are focused on at the Lane Casa. This is what we do. So we are starting to prune back those perennials, flowers that came up last year. Perennials typically will hibernate underground, so they're still alive at the root level, but they've let the top growth go. You got to mow that stuff back. I mean, down to like ankle height or weed whacker height. They're just, I take a lawnmower, just mow it right over it, and I'm done. It's really brutal, easy. You just clean up. You don't want that stuff on there as the new growth starts to emerge. And already you're starting to see like garas and chrysanthemums. You're starting to see those things grow. You can get rid of that top growth, and the green will not be competing with all that dead material. It'll get more sunlight. You'll get more flowers. It's a lot of good disease gathers and stores bugs, insects, pests, hang out, snails I found, hibernating. Then it allows the flower, the plant that's going to come back to see the sunlight. You'll get better growth. It's time to do that. I would say you should get all of your perennial gardens pruned down to the ground by the end of February. I don't know, 3-4 weeks from now. The other one that people let go often is grass. Don't let your grass, those ornamental grasses, they're up there and they look kind of beat up. The snows have got on them. They're kind of leaning over. The plumes are all gone. Prune them back, and you're whacking those things. All my shorter ones, if it's hip high or lower, and I can get the lawnmower over, I just whack them right off, go pull them back, and we're done. Or I'll shear them down as close as I can to the ground. And that goes for your large grasses as well, like your pampas grass. Pampas grass is that really big grass, the great big plumes. And it looks pretty rough right now. I would say whack that thing not back to ground level. That's a bit extreme for that really big grass, but you'll see down about knee height, a little bit below knee height, you'll see where that undergrowth has kind of grown. Take all that top growth from last year, whack it off to that level or within knee height, whatever works for you, and just shear it with some head shears or pruners or something. Fertilize it, and you'll get fresh new growth. It'll look like a brand new plant in spring. And so this is the time when you start pruning back your grasses and perennials. It's like in the next few days, by the end of February, all of that should be done. Generally, I'll leave my grasses up as long as I can because they've got a great form. Yeah, they aren't nice and green or those beautiful blues or the striped zebra grass or a lot of color and character to grass. But even when they've died back and hibernated underground, the form, even that straw color, is very pretty. So I keep it until the snow just makes them look terrible. But by the 1st of March or before they start growing, I cut everything back, all my ornamental grasses. That being said, don't prune back bare grass. That's a wild one out in the prairies, Prescott Valley, Dewey, Humboldt, all the way to Paulden. There's a green evergreen grass that's about chest high. Don't prune those. That's different. That's more like a shrub. Yuccas, don't prune those. They're more like a shrub. We go into a lot of that kind of detail. On Saturdays, we have a garden class every Saturday. They're free to local gardeners. They're held at 9:30 here at the Garden Center, Waters Garden Center. They'll be in the back greenhouse. We crank the heaters up. Come with a couple layers, but it'll be warm. And then you'll learn about, I think, this weekend's wildflowers. That's the theme. Next week's on soil prep, because you really do need to get the soil prepared for your gardens. That's February 4th. And every weekend, it's got another class. Take a look at all of those on our website at watersgardencenter.com. They're all right there. They're about an hour long, although last weekend the class was really engaged. We had like 50 people. There was standing room, but they were just enthralled. It was landscape design, and I was teaching that class. How many shrubs do you need per fence line to have privacy? How many shade trees should be on a property? There's a balance. There's a formula. 60% of your landscape Your plot map should be covered by green foliage. So we went through all of that and let them know what you should, how many plants you need, because it's hard to get the balance right. And so we just helped them with that. So let me make sure I'm okay. Yep, got this. So take a look at watersgardencenter.com. Let me see if I can mention the ones through February. February 11th, fruit trees. It's time to plant fruit trees. We'll have fruit trees. It's time to prune fruit trees. It's time to fertilize fruit trees. Fruit trees. The 18th, gardening for newcomers. That one will be standing room only. There's probably half the people in a garden class every week is brand new to the area from all over the area. And then the very last one, and it goes through April, the best blooming evergreens of spring. There's a whole series of evergreen shrubs that start to bloom. That goes for Rhaphioliptus and azaleas, rhododendrons. We go through all that. It's in depth. Come join us. It's kind of fun to hang out and, I don't know, hang out with other gardeners and learn a few things. So Ken and Lisa Lane, we hang out here at Waters Garden Center throughout the week, and we love talking to fans of the show.